Greetings. Welcome to Limitless Alchemy 808. I'm Patience. I had recorded this video the other night on Wednesday. I drove up to the Azusa Canyons and was doing some really great reflections and releasing on my previous romantic relationships, because full moons are a great time to reflect and release what no longer serves us, what no longer is in alignment with our path, what is no longer in alignment with us as the beings that we are. So I used a microphone from Five Below, and the audio is just so crackly that you can hardly hear what I'm saying. And being a theater kid, I know how to project my voice, so just breathe into your diaphragm and speak with confidence and you will be heard. So today is Friday the 13th, and it's one of my favorite holidays. Last Friday the 13th in December of 2024, I got this super sick bats tattoo, and it was baby scab tattoo in Montebello, if you've ever been there. And I would love to go back and work with her and get a Medusa chest piece. It'd be pretty neat. So I look forward to getting more tattoos from her. I have so many Pinterest board ideas. Well, like, I put my ideas on my private Pinterest board for that, but my manifestations board. But anyway, manifestation, if you're alive, then you're manifesting. There's I've posted a video about that I'll link in the description box below. But yeah, basically it's like don't misunderstand. No matter what, as long as you're breathing, you're manifesting. Because all it is about alignment. That's all it is. Just making a decision and being aligned with what you want. Just focusing on it and taking the inspired actions towards it. That's literally all it is. But anyway, I don't want to diverge into tangents, because you know, that's just more great videos to watch and times for us to hang out and chat. So going back to driving up to the canyons, and I'll put some snippets in there of the drive. And one of my favorite parts about the canyon, which is there, it's not too far after the dam, where there's just a section of hundreds of frogs that are mating and chirping and just making such beautiful music. But the strawberry moon was in Sagittarius this month, and even though we are in Gemini season, and in the tarot, the Lovers card is number 6, which, if you've ever heard before, it's not a very well-known saying, but I've heard it, and it goes, June is for lovers. And it became more popularized when the state of Virginia adapted it as a marketing campaign for tourism. They said Virginia is for lovers. So, but June is for lovers originated out of Roman mythology because in the month of June was when most marriages would occur, because the goddess Juno is the goddess of love and marriage. So I've heard it before, and it popped up in my head again the other day. And 6 is the number of love and balance. If you divide it, it's 2 groups of 3, which represent the strongest shape in geometry, sacred geometry, all that. But an equilateral triangle can withstand so much pressure on all its sides and angles because of its composition. And whenever you see 666, that is a great time to reflect on yourself and on love, whether love for yourself, love for someone else, love for anything really. It's just a great time for self-reflection. It's a great angel number to signal that, well, what you're thinking about at that time, reflect on it. What you're going through in that moment, reflect on it. As I've said before in another video, which I'll also post in the description box below, 666 is not the number of the devil or Satan or anything. It was just adopted, but 666, Friday the 13th, which is regarded as an unlucky day, right? But really, Friday the 13th celebrates Goddess Hecate and many other dark feminine forces. Goddess Persephone, Goddess Medusa, Kali Ma, I would also say, would be a great dark feminine to give thanks to on this day, to recognize on this day. And there's just a lot of misinformation and misleadings on these sorts of aspects, because these are very powerful aspects of the experience. 666, Friday the 13th. They're great connections to ourselves, and they're some of the most powerful connections to ourselves. And once you become aware and transmute all of the programming, the old programming, uninstalling all of that and downloading the new program, upgrading, you soon realize that there is no good, there is no evil. It's just things you would do, things you wouldn't do. Because we're all one, so there's no separation. But before I lose the golden hour here, which is quickly dissipating, I wanted to talk about my most serious romantic relationships, which were the most recent. I had mentioned in a previous video that all of my romantic partners had cheated on me from when I was a young age up until my last ex, my former ex. Only one did not cheat on me because he was so emotionally unavailable to me. I mean, okay, he was emotionally cheating on me, but I knew already that he was attached to my friend because I started liking him. We were in a play together, and I started liking him because my friend would show me the love letters and the poems that he would write to her, and I was just like, oh, he's a poet, so yeah, he can do that for me too. But his heart was with her, and even though he asked me to be his girlfriend, and we went to prom together junior year, so it was pretty fun. We were in the prom court. I feel as though perhaps he was trying to make her jealous by getting with me, and it did make her jealous. But in any case, you know, he never physically cheated on me. So I can say that he is one of the few, so, or one of one, right? So, but that is because the partners that I chose reflected my lack of self-image, lack of self-concept. Yes, I knew my worth, but yet I would still outsource my power. I would still seek external validation rather than validate myself and own my shit. But I would like to reflect on positive aspects of our relationships, because the reason why I wouldn't have stayed with them if there weren't any good times at all, right? I mean, we have our good times, we have our not so good times, and it's all about boundaries, you know? It's all about respect. It's about reciprocity. Give and receive. There's no give and take. Taking is self-serving. It's give and receive. So, thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. So, with my former husband, we had so many similarities of interests and just lots of things that we bonded on. So he would always find like ways to plan times for us to do things, and he would say it would be hard to surprise me, and it was pretty hard to surprise me, I guess, for him. But he got in a car accident one time because he was going to get me some orchids from Food for Less, and a car hit him because he knew that orchids are my favorite flower. I'm also partial to like pink or red roses, but orchids are really nice because they just represent such commitment and dedication because of their rarity, and they are extremely challenging of a flower to keep. I'm just gonna turn the light on. Yeah, he had gotten in that car accident, and he would also like win stuff so that we could go to we had met in Flames. It's a death metal band from Sweden. When we first started dating, we went to the Glass House, and they were super chill, and we got to meet them after the show and hang out for a while. And then about, I would say, maybe 10 or 15 years later, he actually won a raffle so that we could meet them backstage, hang out, and we actually watched their whole set on the side of the stage because we were so VIP. So that was super cool. Like I've never had that experience before. It was really neat. And I mean, he would just always plan time for us to hang out and watch movies or TV shows, or, you know, just little things add up to big things, right? It's a lot of times where, yes, big things matter, but a lot of the little moments, when they add up, can outweigh the big moments. But with my most recent ex, he also would, I mean, he planned a whole trip to California Hot Springs for my birthday in, when was that? I think it was 2021. Yeah, because I was still living in Rosemead. And he got us a cabin, he got the day passes to the hot spring. It was like a pool. It was just a resort kind of place, but it was really nice because they had 3 little jacuzzis that were warm, different variations of heat, and then a huge tepid pool that you could swim in, and you're just surrounded by all these redwoods, and I love the forest. Oh my gosh, I'm a forest bae for sure, but I mean, I also love the beach too. I just love nature. Like, nature's so cool. Hiking, going to the beach, hot springs, even just going for walks, I enjoy so much. But especially at night, stargazing, so cloud watching, you know, just all that stuff. But so, gosh, this shirt is like all crinkly. Anyway, it's getting too big. And such a cute top too. But yeah, he had planned that whole weekend for us. He drove us out there, drove us back. It was just really nice of a time. And I mean, we'd go thrifting a lot. We'd go to estate sales all the time, and pretty much almost every time we would go, he would give me something small because he knows I love tiny things. And it could just be that my eyes are just like, they call out to me. Like, I just notice the tiniest of details, even if I don't want to half the time. But so he would just always give me some small token, you know, not every single time, but most of the times. And it was just always like a nice little surprise. And then when we were living together, it was like my birthday in 2023 when we were still together, and he actually went out and went to a place that's not too nearby to get me a dozen roses that were dyed black. And I thought that was so cool. They were really pretty. And I mean, I threw them away after when we broke up, but it was a really sweet gesture that showed how much he cared, how much he listened to me. So I really do appreciate the impacts that my most serious romantic relationships provided me. Yes, there were lots of lessons that I learned from them, and that is also why I have gratitude towards them, because they have propelled my growth and my awareness to bring about the love that I have for myself and how in love I am with myself. I mean, I know that my perfect match is out there, that the most aligned version of me is out there and making their way to me. I mean, it's only a matter of moments before we bump into each other. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. In the meantime, though, my focus is on myself. Because all you have is yourself. And even your perfect match, your divine counterpart, your perfect mirror, they are you anyway. So you're not really missing out on anything. If you're single, you're not really single. But in the experience, in the 3D, in the physical realm, what you perceive is what is reflected to you. What you feel is what you see. So, and that's another video that I'll put in the description box below about how feeling creates seeing, while seeing can also create feeling. They're interchangeable. They are one and the same. To be seen, to be heard, to be felt, it's all one and the same thing. Because this is all a projection, this is all a show for the universe, for the void, you are exhibiting and comprehending your defining love for the void, for the universe to experience itself. And so embodying love for yourself, choosing yourself in every moment, holding your boundaries, because when you do all of those things, that puts you in alignment with that perfect mirror, with that perfect match, with that divine counterpart. Soulmates come and go. There's, and not all of us are two bodies with one soul, but there is a significant amount of us who are. And once those two bodies of the same soul collide, that is one of the most profound ripple effects in this experience. The effect of that exhibition of love creates not only a ripple effect, but a tsunami. It's a tsunami of energy. It's just so cute because my youngest, when he's in the shower, he'll fill up his toy bucket with water and then he'll dump it on his toys and I'll say, "Tsunami!" This is so adorable. I have no idea where he got that from, but it just makes me laugh. I'll just hear him in the shower, "Tsunami!" Just even having love for yourself is an immense ripple effect, is an immense shift in frequency, in energy, in vibration. The universe runs on frequencies and vibrations and energy. Like, that's literally all there is energy, frequency, and vibration. The shells, it's not real. It's static. It's literally static with an aura. You're just perceiving my face, my clothing, this background, whatever, because of the light being projected by the universe, because of the ego that the universe has, the personality of the universe. And I feel as though the universe is the personality and the void is the shadow. I think I've said that in a previous video, but I'm not gonna go looking for it. You please comment down below which video that is when you find it. And I'd also like to say, please like and subscribe and comment. It really helps the channel to get recognized by the algorithm and will help our platform to grow even quicker, because it's already grown so quickly. Like, I can't even imagine just having all of you here already exchanging this energy with me. And I started a Calendly account. I just, getting a website, all those different websites out there and everything is just, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by that. So I'm just taking it little by little, because this is just fun. This is just enjoying the experience. And Calendly allows me to have a lot of flexibility, and payment is due at the time of booking, so only via PayPal, of course. But I would love to work with all of you, or even just hang out. It's just, those chat sessions are great for advice on interpersonal relationships, yes, but it's also a great time for an objective perspective to assist in discovery, self-discovery, one's own discovery, yes? So I look forward to meeting you in those sessions. And I did, while I am grateful to my exes, my most recent exes and everything, I released them. Like, I've even written a poem which I will type out and include for the end screen. So please click subscribe in the end screen and click on that video that's suggested, because it's the perfect one for you. But they've just been trying to come back, and I'm not having it. It's it's over and done. There's nothing else between us to talk about. We've reflected all we can reflect to each other. My former husband, because we have children, that is the only reason why he even has any access to talk to me. And he tried to suggest meeting up to talk, and I told him I wasn't comfortable meeting up with him, and that the only thing we need to talk about is our children and our healths. And he was like, oh yes, it is about the children. I said, okay, well, we're on the phone now. What is it that you would like to say? And he said, oh, it's gonna take 8 hours. I'm like, that's a lie. I call bullshit. Cat bro. But I told him, I was like, well, you know, whatever you have to say, you can say over the phone. So when you're ready to talk to me about the kids, then I'm open to hear it. And I've just shut it down. Like, I'm like, there's nothing else. Like, we're done. And then my former ex, he's a very stoic kind of person. He's a man of not so many words. And, you know, we still have each other's phone numbers, but we haven't spoken to each other since the end of March. Well, middle of March. And, he's just been trying to reach out to me energetically, like, you know, thoughts of him throughout the day and dreams. He's been trying to reach me in my dreams, and I told him in my dream, I was like, what are you doing here? There's no reason for you to be here. If you can't reach out to me physically, then you have no right to reach out to me energetically, because that just shows cowardice. It shows lack of confidence. And while the physical realm reflects what is going on in the astral realm, you're worthy and deserving of a lifelong, harmonious, loving partner. And they deserve you more. So I've got to go, but I'll see you in the next one. Stay soft, stay sweet, and stay pure. Love yourself. Boop.